Right now, live at 5.
One Northland woman had a stroke at just 27 years old. We tell you her story coming up.
Plus, a new tool to track flooding in our region, just as the situation in some spots is expected to get even worse. But first,
there's a threat for some severe weather this evening, and I'll talk about that in just a bit.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Briggs LaSavage. As many continue to deal with flooding in our region, folks are on high alert tonight as more rain is set to fall throughout the evening.
Here's a look at that storm rolling into the Duluth area, and it's already causing problems as power outages are reported. Minnesota Power has about 900 customers impacted, mostly near Grand Lake Township, Kenosha Township, and the Meadowlands. Lake Country Power has more than 1,000 members around St. Louis County in the dark and about 850 in Carlton County.
Dave joins us right away with a look at the latest. How is that storm tracking, Dave?
Well, it's supposed to be expiring here in just a matter of seconds. We go to the map and take a look at the head of the lakes where there it went away. The severe thunderstorm warning for the Duluth area in through Douglas County expired on time at 5 p.m., but we are still facing a severe thunderstorm watch for Minnesota and Wisconsin until 8 o'clock tonight. And because of the potential for heavy rain coming down from individual thunderstorm clusters, Itasca County, you're off the hook, but Koochiching County, flash flood watch for you till Thursday at 2 p.m. Here's a look at the latest situation, and the line of storms that shook things up just within the last couple of hours is now starting to widen out, which means it's losing its oomph. It's now sub-severe, but it's still bringing some decent rains to portions of Douglas County. That's what came through Duluth just about 15 minutes ago, and maybe a half hour ago, places like Cotton. So as we see that line of storms go through the rest of the region, the rest of Wisconsin, and maybe even the UP has a pretty decent chance for showers and storms as the night goes on. Our short-term forecast says we have that storm watch until 8 p.m. Low temps will be around 45, but showers and storms could continue overnight and keep going through Thursday as our low-pressure systems work through the area. 60% chance for more showers and storms on Thursday. We'll talk about rain totals, which is what folks in Wisconsin and Michigan need and what folks in Minnesota don't need, coming up with our 7-day forecast after just a little bit of a timeout.
All right, thanks, Dave. There's a new tool showing which St. Louis County roads are closed due to flooding. The county launched this online map today. It shares more details about each closure and phone numbers you can call for more information. We have a link to the map on our website, cbs3duluth.com.
Today, the U.S. Embassy officially reopened in the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv after a 3-month-long absence.
The White House is getting ready to host the leaders of Finland and Sweden tomorrow, in part to discuss their applications for NATO membership. Both countries have said Russia's war on Ukraine influenced their decision to join the alliance. Deborah Alferone has more from Capitol Hill.
The American flag was hoisted to mark the reopening of the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine's capital, Kyiv. The same day, a Russian soldier pled guilty in a war crimes trial to shooting and killing an unarmed elderly civilian. It's been nearly 3 months since Russia invaded Ukraine, a move that prompted Finland and Sweden to formally submit their applications to join NATO this week.
This is a time when the democracies of Europe and North America must stand together against Russia's naked aggression.
On Thursday, President Biden will host the leaders of Finland and Sweden at the White House. In a statement, he declared his support and vowed to work with Congress and allies to quickly get their NATO applications approved.
You can convince Turkey to accept their bid?
I think we're going to be okay.
Also on Thursday, the U.S. Senate will vote on a nearly $40 billion aid package for Ukraine. It overwhelmingly passed the House last week, but Republican Rand Paul has been holding up Senate approval.
For Senator Paul to delay Ukraine funding for purely political motives is to only strengthen Putin's hand.
The outcome of Ukraine's fight to preserve its sovereignty will have massive consequences for our own strategic interests.
Vice President Kamala Harris invoked the war in her address to U.S. Coast Guard graduates.
The world you graduate into is unsettled.
The crowd erupted when a graduate from Ukraine received his diploma. Deborah Alferone, CBS News, Washington.
Today, the Senate Foreign Relations Committee voted in favor of Bridget Brink's nomination to become U.S. Ambassador to Ukraine. Majority Leader Schumer said getting her confirmed swiftly by the full Senate in the coming days is a top priority.
Gas prices in our region are among the highest in Minnesota, even surpassing the Twin Cities. Check out this map from AAA. The counties shaded in dark red have the highest prices per gallon right now. You can see St. Louis, Itasca, and Cook counties all fall in that category, coming in around $4.19 a gallon. The only spot in the state with higher prices than us is southeast Minnesota, coming in around $4.24 a gallon. And in Wisconsin, the statewide average is $4.31, but as you can see, most counties in our region, shaded in blue, are below that. AAA reports gas prices are more than $4 in almost every state across the nation, with Georgia, Kansas, and Oklahoma being the only holdouts.
A plea deal was reached today for one of the former Minneapolis police officers charged in the death of George Floyd nearly 2 years ago now. Esme Murphy has the latest from Minneapolis.
Thomas Lane, one of the 4 officers at the scene of George Floyd's murder, pled guilty today in district court in Minneapolis in the murder case of George Floyd. He pled guilty to second-degree manslaughter in the case. In return, a second-degree murder charge was dropped. He's agreed to serve a 36-month prison term. Sentencing will occur in September, and also there will be a recommendation that that 36-month sentence will happen at the same time as the federal sentence he will receive at a later date. Meanwhile, 2 other officers involved in this case, Tu Tao and Alexander King, are set to go on trial in district court right here in Minneapolis in the next month. In Minneapolis, Esme Murphy for CBS News.
Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin was sentenced to 22.5 years in prison last year for murdering Floyd. Video showed Chauvin kneeling on Floyd's neck for almost 9 minutes.
About $1 million more are coming to help redevelop Duluth's contaminated properties. It's part of the Environmental Protection Agency's Brownfield program. That program has already helped pay for local projects like repairing downtown's Board of Trade building and converting the old St. Louis County Jail into apartments. But Duluth leaders say this additional $1 million in low-interest loans will pave the way for more redevelopment, especially in a city with many former industrial properties.
When those exist and we want properties to clean them up and we require properties to clean them up, that can add substantially to the development cost. And that's something that often these developments just would never happen without this extra cash.
Developers can start applying for these loans soon.
Still to come on Live at 5, an event to promote motorcycle safety this weekend in Cloquet. Details in today's City by City.
I want more time camping than I want in the service job. I choose Link RV because they get things done in a timely manner. I bring it in, they get it fixed. A day or 2 later, I can drive it home and go camping.
We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
Hello.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense.
Ask J3 Insurance in Duluth if auto owners make sense for you.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Different how? Aren't we all just looking for the hottest stocks?
Nope. We use diversified strategies to position our clients' portfolios for their long-term goals.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions for you, right?
No, we don't sell commission products. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our clients' best interest.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, we do better when our clients do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Interstate Battery has the battery for your RV, ATV, and so much more. Power up your summer with a battery you can depend on. Visit us today at 426 John Avenue in Superior or at your nearest Interstate Batteries dealer. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable.
Hey, you guys remember when we went on this trip?
Yeah. Remember, Daddy, when you helped that nice lady across the street? Remember when you blew up those balloon animals for that little kid's birthday party?
That's how it's done.
Remember when you helped fix the neighbor's satellite dish? You think you can help people fight back against insurance companies?
Yes, I can.
The story
one young woman on the Iron Range and her unexpected health condition and the message she has for the public.
There's a threat for some severe weather this evening, and I'll talk about that in just a bit.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Two Harbors as rounds of showers make their way across the region tonight. Dave will have the latest on those storms in just a few minutes, but first, let's take a look around the region.
An upcoming deadline for a Veterans Memorial in Chisholm and a free opportunity for veterans at national parks across the country. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland city by city. We start things off in Cloquet tonight with an event focused on safety this weekend. In Cloquet, the Christian Motorcycle Association Aurora Nights will be sponsoring a bike awareness event this Saturday. From 10 to 2, they will be in the parking lot near the Premier Theater covering important safety reminders. There will also be a brat sale. All community members are invited to attend. Next, we head to Chisholm, where a deadline for veterans is approaching. We've previously reported on the Wall That Heals Vietnam Replica Memorial coming to Chisholm this summer. With that is the In Memory program, a chance to honor Vietnam vets who passed after returning home from war. There will be a special program held while the wall is in town, and applications to get your loved one's name on the list close this Friday at 4 p.m. The In Memory program also offers a trip to the In Memory weekend in Washington, D.C., tribute certificate, and more. We will have the application on our website. And we wrap up at national parks across the country tonight with another notice to veterans. At the end of last year, the Veterans in Parks Act was passed, extending annual free park passes for vets to lifetime passes for veterans and Gold Star families. The National Park Service told us the passes won't be available until later this year, but families can still use the annual military passes. We will have eligibility information on our website. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might be featured as we go around the Northland city by city.
Still to come on Live at 5, we hear the story of a Biwabic woman who had a stroke at just 27 years old. Her message to others coming up.
We don't have any active warnings on the map right now, but we are looking at a severe thunderstorm watch through the evening for Minnesota and Wisconsin, and a flash flood watch for Koochiching County in Minnesota as well. Will these pay off, or will they go away? Well, of course they're going to go away eventually. We'll talk about when coming up after the break.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Change it up and choose Dutch Boy from Menards. Get the best quality Dutch Boy paint at the best prices. Pick out the perfect color. We offer free custom color matching and tinting to create thousands of color options. And with Dutch Boy's easy opening, smooth pouring container, and no prep, no prime formula, transforming your home has never been easier. Dutch Boy Max Bond exterior flat paint is $34.98 after sale price and 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
More Americans are growing their own vegetables than ever before. At Garden Mats, we're here to help people supplement their food supply with fresh, organic vegetables. Whether you are a beginner, novice, or master gardener, Garden Mats make gardening a breeze. Spend your summers trying to keep up with each other, not your weeds. Go to gardenmats.com and plan your garden today.
The world changed in an instant, but at MediaCom, we were ready. And as internet traffic increased, we never slowed down. Schools and businesses went virtual, and we powered a new reality. For more than 20 years, we've been building a future-ready network to keep you ahead of it all. And now, MediaCom will be among the first to take you to 10G. We're making the next giant leap forward in internet technology and taking you further than you can imagine.
When it comes to sports,
there's one guy who's dunking on the competition. For all your local sports, Duncan Goldberg. Evenings on Live Local CBS 3.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
The threat for severe weather is out there tonight, and I think it's going to be the worst right over the heart of the area. We have marginal to slight chances for severe thunderstorms coming across, and they've already come across a good portion of our region. So keep in mind, at least till 8 o'clock tonight, the threat for severe weather could redevelop. Hopefully it will fade away a bit after 8 o'clock, but we still have a chance for more thunderstorms tomorrow. On a bright note, last night's forecast data indicated rain and storms through Friday. Now they should be done by Friday, and we start a slow clearing process then. That should give us a decent weekend to get out and enjoy. Not overly warm, but at least we won't be struck by lightning. Well, hopefully we won't, you know. Keep an eye to the sky. Play it safe. Now let's play things over towards the weather wall, and where we'll talk about the current conditions at Duluth International. And they're getting some light rain up there, but the biggest thunderstorms, of course, have now passed into Wisconsin and are starting to lose a bit of their punch. Current temps 54, east-northeast winds going 6 miles per hour. Relative humidity, thanks to the precip, 80%. Barometric pressure pretty low at 29.64 inches of mercury, because we have two lows working through right now with a follow-up coming in tomorrow to keep that rain chance going an extra day. Current temps away from the lake, we're running upper 50s in Evelyn to upper 60s in Orr, and much of the rest of Minnesota in between. A little bit cooler by the lake means some 30s by Grand Marais, 40s by Two Harbors. Low 60s in the Upper Peninsula give way to mid-60s inland parts of Wisconsin, like in Hayward, but only 49 for our friends in Superior. So the normal high is 64. Many of us are undercutting that. And again, that's going to be the trend through the weekend. We won't be overly warm, like I mentioned, but things should start to calm down. Calm? Well, not right now in parts of Wisconsin and Michigan. We've got that line of showers and storms passing through in association with an area of low pressure that's centered up towards our north and dragging a front through the area. Let's take a look at how much rain is expected coming up here after we take a look at the progression of these two areas of low pressure that we talked about being the first ones, followed up come Thursday into very early Friday morning by this next low pressure system, which by 5 o'clock on Friday should be with a few miles up north there from the border to chase away the chance for the precip and allow at least a little partial sunshine to push back into the area. But what we're getting at then is how much rain are we going to get from this deal all the way through 8 o'clock Friday morning. I'll step off the screen so you can pick out your favorite town. And in Minnesota, it looks like we could be going about 1/4 of an inch to maybe 1/3 of an inch towards 1/2 of an inch out west towards Grand Rapids. Minnesotans really don't need any more rain, but we need more rain in Wisconsin and Michigan to knock down the fire danger, which is on the high side. And, you know, we could be going about 1/4 to 1/2 inch there, and that's good news for folks in that zone. Tonight in Minnesota, let's talk about temperatures. They'll be in the 40s with a 60% chance for more showers and storms. Wisconsin, Michigan, 50% chance for more showers and storms. Lows near 45 for a lot of towns. Tomorrow, gray sky, 40% storm chance, Wisconsin, Michigan, high temp 60 to 66. Minnesota faces a 60% chance for continued showers and storms. Cooler by the lake, but upper 50s to low 60s. Inland, does that warm up for the weekend? Not much, really. In fact, it drops on Saturday, high of only 50. Then by Sunday morning, there is a chance for frost as temperatures drop into the 30s. But after Thursday, we do shake off the rain, and it stays away until Tuesday, when the next round could come that might spill into Wednesday.
Thanks, Dave. At 27 years old, the average person is typically considered young and healthy, but even the healthiest people can fall victim to serious health conditions.
Today, CBS 3's Quinn Gorham spoke with a Northland woman who explains how her life changed in the blink of an eye.
A lot of people tend to associate strokes with people who are elderly, and many of us know just how dangerous they can be. But as one Northland woman found out the hard way, strokes can strike at any time, any place, and any age. Kaylee Lottie is 27 years old. Last December, she and her husband were settling down for bed when she started to feel strange. Before she knew it, the left side of her body went numb. Sensing something was seriously wrong, they called the paramedics and were rushed to the hospital where they learned Lottie had a stroke. She spent months recovering, doing physical therapy and speech testing along the way. Lottie says her experience taught her it's important to be aware that strokes can happen to anyone.
I was active, I ate right, and for this to happen to me, it really opened my eyes to seeing that these type of medical conditions don't discriminate against age.
Lottie recently went back to work and is expected to eventually make a full recovery. If you suspect you or someone you know might be having a stroke, call 911 immediately. Timeliness can save lives when it comes to strokes, and the quicker you call, the better your chances of recovery are.
This Saturday is Duluth's Strides for Stroke Walk, which raises money to help support people and their families who have suffered a stroke. We have more details about how you can participate on our website. And coming up at 6, we'll hear more of Kaylee's story and learn about the signs and symptoms to be aware of.
It's that time of the show where we get to talk about adoptable pets, and today's pet comes to us from Animal Allies here in Duluth.
This is Taco. Love that name. He is a 3-year-old fellow looking for a chill place to call home. Our friends at the shelter say he can be a little shy, but once he warms up to you, he loves chin rubs and will let you know when he's ready for attention, too. He looks just as yummy as a taco.
Yeah, he's good any day of the week, not just Tuesdays.
Isn't that the truth? If you'd like to set up an appointment to adopt Taco, you can call the number on your screen.
Oh, he is very cute. Still to come, the CDC says more than a third of students reported poor mental health during the pandemic. See how one young woman is using her own journey to help others next.
For 14 years, and I'm reaching my breaking point. Educators are exhausted. Minnesota conservatives have been underfunding education for years.
Now Republicans in the legislature want to give tax breaks to large corporations and the wealthiest Minnesotans at the expense of our schools.
Our students and educators like me are paying the biggest price.
Tell Republican legislators to put our schools first.
Hey neighbor, you switched to T-Mobile home internet yet?
Trim your hedge. It's $50 a month with no price hikes.
Bam! It runs on T-Mobile's wireless 5G network, so all you gotta do is plug in one cord.
T-Mobile 5G home internet. Just $50 a month. No price hikes, no hidden fees.
I did it.
Ah!
I switched to T-Mobile home internet, and I am loving it.
Don't sneak up on me like that.
Why didn't you tell me to switch earlier?
Before you buy a used vehicle, checking the brake fluid, engine mount, cooling fan, transmission fuel injector, brake pads, coolant, wheel lines, software updates might not be on your list, but it's on our list of 172 inspection points performed by Ford factory-trained technicians on every gold-certified Ford Blue Advantage used vehicle. Plus, with Ford Blue Advantage, get our 14-day or 1,000-mile money-back guarantee to ensure peace of mind when purchasing your vehicle. Search conveniently, buy confidently. It's used car buying that's built for you by your Ford dealer.
Angie's Closet is a consignment boutique that offers designer brand women's clothes and accessories all at an affordable price. You're sure to say the word cute about 1,000 times when you walk through our doors. Visit Angie's Closet, located on Tower Avenue.
There's a feeling you get when old meets new, when the past meets the future. It's not comfortable, but it feels good. Duluth Pack, since 1882.
Looking for a new garage? Maybe a home or cabin show? Call Economy Garages to make your visions a reality. With over 40 years experience and over 9,000 buildings built for your friends and neighbors, you can trust us to get the job done right.
Call Economy Garages when you want it done right.
It seems like everyone has an idea on how to spend Minnesota's $9 billion surplus.
But as educators, we know that one voice needs to be heard above all others. Students. And yet, after decades of underfunding, they're the ones who have suffered the most. Increased class sizes,
diminishing mental health support,
and cuts to vital programs.
The time is now. Use your voice, Minnesota.
Tell your legislators to fully fund our schools.
Duluth Playhouse proudly hosts History Theater's production of Glen Sheen the Musical. This award-winning smash hit runs June 3rd through the 12th at the North Shore Theater. Get your tickets today at duluthplayhouse.org or by calling 218-733-7555.
The Biden administration and MTV Entertainment have teamed up for a White House conversation on youth mental health. It's a crisis that's been exacerbated by the pandemic.
Today, First Lady Jill Biden, U.S. Surgeon General Vivek Murthy, and pop star Selena Gomez talked about tools that can help address it. Natalie Brand reports from the White House.
Diana Chow of California credits her brother for saving her life.
Because he was the one who found me during my final suicide attempt, I made a vow to myself that I must start to heal, no matter how hard it was.
Chow was diagnosed with bipolar disorder when she was 13 and later founded what's become the largest global youth for youth mental health nonprofit called Letters to Strangers.
I had a really hard time being able to access the healthcare system as someone who emigrated here, living below the poverty line with parents who didn't speak English. And so it was through writing letters to strangers that I began to find my own empathy for myself.
Chow is among a group of youth leaders selected to take part in a special conversation about youth mental health at the White House, where First Lady Jill Biden said the pandemic has added fuel to the crisis.
We're recovering every single day. But recovery isn't always the same as healing. And sometimes the darkness is inside of us, too.
Also attending, actress Selena Gomez, who has been open about her battle with bipolar disorder.
It's a topic that can and should be discussed freely and without shame.
Research from the CDC gives a glimpse of the suffering among many young people. The latest data showing more than a third of high school students reported experiencing poor mental health during the pandemic. 44% said they felt persistently sad or hopeless. Chow says her own journey continues.
I have learned strategies and found people who can help me sustain my center in those moments when I feel like I'm wobbling.
A sentiment shared by the other young leaders in this room who say opening up can be a first step. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
And tomorrow, MTV will partner with hundreds of companies and cultural leaders for the second annual Mental Health Action Day. The mission is to encourage and empower people to move from awareness to action on addressing mental health.
Coming up on this busy news day, an historic win for the U.S. women's soccer team off the field after reaching a landmark deal to finally be paid the same amount as the men's team. That and the other day's headlines tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
CBS 3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. Don't fall behind in your child's routine care. Schedule a well child check today. Same-day appointments are available. Visit essentiahealth.org.
Hey, lady, when is the baby coming?
Very, very soon.
Dad, what about yours?
You're gonna... Yeah, okay, well...
Hold on to your napkins, cheeseburger fans. DQ is taking taste buds for an all-out flavor ride with the new signature stack burger menu featuring 5 mouth-wowing cheeseburgers with 100% real seasoned beef. Like the loaded A1 stack burger with 2 amazing premium sauces. And the spicy flamethrower stack burger with, oh, hello, jalapeno bacon. So tell your taste buds to buckle up and try the new DQ signature stack burger menu today. Get it delivered at DQ.com. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Like an eagle protects his head.
We all need a rock we can rely on. To be strong. To overcome anything. To be unstoppable. That's why millions rely on the strength and financial guidance of Prudential to achieve their dreams. Who's your rock?
You want to feel important, to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
We know. We felt that way too.
And that's why we joined the Army National Guard. Take on your legacy.
Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Dave, looks like we just got another severe thunderstorm warning over Wisconsin.
That's right, over towards the Bayfield Peninsula. One just popped up, and that's going to stay in effect until 6 o'clock. So it goes from the Bayfield Peninsula through the Ashland area, through Odena, and into the northern parts of Iron County, stopping at the border with the UP. So it looks like right now, folks in Ironwood, you're off the hook. But we'll play it by ear and keep tracking this system and see if it does hold itself together and track into your neck of the woods. And so there's the line of showers and storms that's getting close to Ashland right now and should continue to rumble over the next half hour farther towards the east. On a bright note, we have seen a lot of the thunderstorm watch for Minnesota be dropped now. So severe thunderstorms a lot less likely from the Twin Ports up towards the Canadian border, which is a good deal for Koochiching County because the Net River near Net Lake is threatening to break a levee. It's not imminent now, authorities say there, but if a flash flood breaks out, there could be troubles there indeed. So there's still a lot to watch here this evening. We're tracking, we're eyeing up things on the Doppler, and we'll be back at 6 o'clock to give you the latest.
That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next.
We'll be back here at 6.